What we're doing today is we're doing a test ride on this bad boy, the Street Glide 2024. So the guys here at Harley Guildford have been nice enough to let us do a test ride on this, do a walk around of the bike. We have got mode button here, there on the screen, sport mode, rain mode, road mode, and pretty much everything else is the standard. The screen looks great. Again, I think it looks way better in person. I'd seen videos of it before, but it just looks really great. Got the sat nav in the middle, speedometer, shows you absolutely everything that you need to see right there on the screen. You've got this, which is an addition for this year. So if you're getting buffeting, you can now modify that with this, which is really nice. And I'll tell you something else, which is a really cool little addition. And Steve here at Harley Davidson Guildford laughed when I said this. He said a lot of people seem to love this aspect. Look at that. Got a little tray, perfect to put phones, cameras. I think the one on the Road Glide is actually a little bit bigger. I saw a video from Blockhead, I think it was Blockhead, and he said that this on the Road Glide is actually a little bit bigger. But we've got all the standard controls there. It's quite a bit lighter than last year. Got the bags here, loads of room in the bags, as you can see. Now, to give you some perspective, you can see there my hand, so a lot of space in there. Arm goes in pretty much to the elbow. Really great space in these bags, could fit loads in there. Are a little bit tricky to close, to be fair. There you go. I've got the 117 engine, which, me coming from my lowrider S, it will be very interesting to see exactly how that feels. Whether it'll feel the same or whether it'll feel slightly different will be very interesting to see. So there we go.
Alright, so I'm going to make this review a kind of quick one. I tend to make my videos kind of long, so I want to make this one a little bit shorter. I will be taking out the Road Glide in a few days, so it's going to be an interesting comparison. So this is just going to be a quick overview of what I think of the bike. It's not going to be like a super in-depth review video. So straight away I can feel that it feels lighter. It's less cumbersome to move around than the older models. And it just feels really great. I'm getting, so far, really good wind protection from the fairing. The handlebar position for me, I like it. It's a little bit low for me, to be honest. I feel like it could, if I bought this bike, I'd have to raise it. I'd have to put some risers, I'd have to put some new, I'd have to put some handlebars on it, some mini apes or something like that, because it does feel quite low to me. It's not terrible, don't get me wrong, like, it's not uncomfortable, but it could definitely be modified to be more comfortable. Like, I do know that the Road Glide has higher, but like a higher handlebar setup, so I'll be interested to see how that feels. The engine, I mean, it's a 117, it's the same engine as I have on the Lowrider S. Feels very, very similar. I might be stating the obvious there, but obviously I do believe, now I could be wrong here, but I do believe that it's tuned differently to the Lowrider S. Tell me in the comments, am I correct there? Or is it exactly the same as the Lowrider S and the Lowrider ST? But so far, it's just a really, really comfortable, really easy to ride bike. It is quite interesting, as I said before, you're expecting when you get on it for it to feel heavy, you know what I mean? Like they normally do. But this just doesn't. It just feels a lot easier to manage. I'd go so far to say, you know, this could be a city bike. I mean, it depends. It really depends on the rider and the person, what you want, but I wouldn't mind riding this in the city. I just wouldn't. It'd be all right. I know I'm going to get people disagreeing with that, but I don't think it's too bad. Seat is very comfortable. Nice, straight out of, you know, stock, very comfortable. We do have everything stock on this bike. The pipe does seem to be a bit louder. They might have taken the baffles out, because it is a little bit louder than normal. In terms of the entertainment, in terms of the infotainment system, it looks really great. The touchscreen works flawlessly. And I'm not using the sat nav for direction today, because obviously I'm behind these lads, but we shall have a look at it either in this video or the Road Glide video when I do that. But so far really great. I also don't have wireless headphones in or a communication system, but I'm assuming that it connects to the center headset and connects to whatever wireless communication system you are using. If you have one of these bikes, drop us that information in the comments below. Brake seam, super sturdy, a lot of stopping power. Just overall, just a really smooth ride. Now we're going to be going through some beautiful English scenery. Gonna be riding through some lovely towns here, give you a little look at what the English country looks like. And we're going to take the bike out onto the motorway, and we're going to blast it a bit on the motorway just to see what it's like at higher speed with the fairing. Alright, so we're on the motorway now, getting a decent bit of pace up, and yeah, the wind protection's great, really great, and it's a very windy day today, very, very windy. The helmet I'm using is not my typical helmet, so I'm getting a lot more wind than normal. But the fairing is doing a great job of blocking it. I'm being pushed around a lot on this bike. Super windy at the moment in the UK, in London. But the bike is doing a good job staying planted to the ground. Not much more to say really from that side of things. Fairing working very well. What do you guys think? You prefer the road glide fairing or the street glide fairing? Do you think there's a difference in the wind protection, or is it exactly the same? Drop your comments, let us know. Always love to hear people's opinions on why they think something is better or worse, because that is the beauty of subjectiveness, because that is the beauty of being subjective and having personal preference. So yeah, doing a great job of blocking the wind, this fairing. So overall, what do I think? Love the floorboards, makes a big difference having floorboards from, you know, in relation to my mid controls. I used to hate mid controls. I was always a forward control guy, and then when I got the Lowrider ST, I just really adapted to it, and I actually really like mid controls now. You just get a lot more kind of control, I would say. The bike is more kind of flickable. You just feel like you're sitting on top of the engine a bit more. And I'm 5'10", 5'11", and for me, I do not find the leg position a problem at all. I've got inseam of 32. I've got an inseam of 32, and yeah, I don't have a problem with mid controls at all. But these forward controls with the floorboards, super comfortable, really easy going. Could ride this thing for hours and hours. Yeah, this bike is just crushing miles. I've ridden 7 or 8 hour days on my bike, on my lowrider, and I found it very comfortable. I have 2 slip discs in my spine, bottom of my spine, and did not get any issues with that. And we did not take that many breaks either. So, but this is another level of comfort. It's just really great. Really low to the ground. So overall, I really like this bike. Would I have this over my lowrider ST? I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would have it over my lowrider ST, because the lowrider ST is just so maneuverable, easy to ride. It's just a little bit smaller. Ideally you'd want both. You'd want to have this for longer rides, and the lowrider ST is the daily driver. I want to ride I want to take out the Road Glide to see how that makes me feel, and to see how I like that compared to the Street Glide before I make any kind of decision on which bike I would take. So let's wait and see how that goes. Overall though, I do really like it. I already know that I prefer the look of the shark nose fairing on the Road Glide. And again, massively subjective. Some people love Street Glides. You know, they think the shark nose fairing is a bit too big, a little bit, what's the word, grotesque. For me, I like it. Some people think it's a bit much. I like it. So heading back to the dealership now. Thanks for dropping by, watching the video. Massively appreciate having you guys here. If you dig it, hit the like button and subscribe and help out a new channel, which we're going to be doing a lot more on, have a lot of big plans. And let us know, what do you think of the Street Glide? Have you taken it out yet? Do you own one? What do you reckon? So let us know.
All round, would I have this bike? Would I buy it? Absolutely I would. I've never ridden the Road Glide, and I think I would probably sway towards that because I prefer the look of it, and I've heard that the wind protection is better, so I'd probably lean towards the Road Glide. Overall, fantastic bike. That's it. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Leave some comments below. Have you ridden the new Street Glides or Road Glides? Have you been able to compare them to the older models? What do you think? What's the difference? Let us know. You know, this is what we are. We're a community here of riders. That's what this channel is about. It's about talking between each other, right? This is a new channel and we're trying to grow it. We're trying to create a community here. So like the video, subscribe if you dig the content, because there's going to be a lot more coming from bikes and traveling and the moto community in general. So thanks so much for watching, especially if you stayed to this point, to the end, and we will see you on the next one.